Greetings and salutations! I hope this video finds you doing well. You and I are going to explore the unknown together. Grab a beverage and kick back and relax, because what we're going to do in this video is upgrade Linux Mint 21.1 Vera to Linux Mint 21.2 Victoria. And we're focusing on the Cinnamon edition today. This is the very latest and greatest version of Linux Mint based on Ubuntu that was released just in the last couple of days. For those of you who are new to Linux Mint, let me take just a moment to explain what we're talking about here. This is an in-place upgrade, and this is what is known as a dot release of Linux Mint. The big number, 21, is the main release number that we're on, which is based on Ubuntu 22.04, which is their most recent long-term support release. Now, you may have heard of LMDE, which is Linux Mint Debian. That's completely different, and it goes along with the Debian release cycle. Coming up here a little bit later this summer, we're expecting Linux Mint Debian Edition 6, and we'll do the same thing with that one, or at least install it and take a look at it when it comes along. I'm not going to upgrade it because I don't have one running, but we'll look at it. Anyway, so a major release of Linux Mint comes along when we get a new long-term support release of Ubuntu. So for instance, if you are on Linux Mint 20 right now, that is based on Ubuntu 20.04, which is their last long-term support release, which is still supported. I know this is confusing. Ubuntu releases a long-term support version every 2 years, every even year. They do that in April. And each one of those releases is supported for 5 years, and that accounts for all the overlaps and the weirdness and stuff like that. So, moving from, let's say, Linux Mint 20 to 21 is a big deal. There is a way to do it. You can install the upgrade from within a terminal, but it does require a lot of preparation, and if you're going to attempt to do that, I would suggest that you back up all your stuff, okay? This is a little bit different. When we're doing the point releases, going from one to the next, it's just software upgrades and updates to the desktop, and it poses less of a threat of damaging your system. However, I encourage you to back up your data before you do it. All right, now that I have gotten all of that out of the way, and thank you for being patient, let us jump in here and take a look at the new features in 21.2 Victoria. No, 21.2 Victoria. I had it right. Yeah, Cinnamon Edition. So they have done some work on the Slick Greeter, and we may now configure our keyboard when the machine first boots up. Also Onboard, which is the on-screen keyboard. You might find yourself needing that if you have a touch device. Well, that has been made to be able to configure the keyboard as well. They've done some work on how you type in the password and how you can edit that and take a look at it and see it. So that's nice. Software Manager has been given a UI upgrade. Now that is actually really cool because it was getting a little long in the tooth. We'll check that out for sure. Pix, which is one of my favorite pieces of software that comes installed on Linux Mint, is a photo editor which is based on GNOME's GThumb, and they have rebased the latest version here on version 3.12.2. Yep. So that's going to be a major upgrade, and they said they have added a lot of new features to GThumb, and it will handle some new file formats like AVIF and HEIF and JXL formats and stuff like that. Now, I don't really get that deep into it, but I do like this as a photo editor. It's very nice indeed. I like GThumb as well. Let's see. It says it has a more intuitive default configuration. We can check that out. Changes to look and feel. We've got new folder icons in Nemo, which is the file manager. It's another really good reason to use Linux Mint is Nemo. Nemo is the best damn file manager out there. Fight me. I've tried them all. Tooltips has been redone. I don't know whether I like this or not because I kind of dug the yellow background, to tell you the truth. They've changed the color. They said they have realigned the title bars. Okay. We have some other stuff here. Changed some stuff about icons. A lot of this is really minor stuff. XDG desktop portal has been added to X apps for Cinnamon, Mate, and XFCE. This provides better compatibility between desktop environments and non-native applications such as Flatpaks or GNOME apps. Just scroll through here. So we're on Cinnamon 5.8 now. And it introduces a new concept called styles. I guess that's where you can like choose a theme, but they're doing it in a different way. Okay, I'll take a look at that. I like really old Cinnamon, like the one that came with Linux Mint 17.3. Cinnamon notifications were redesigned to feature the accent color. That's nice. What is this down here? It says gesture support has now been added if you need that for some reason. Warpinator is an application that Linux Mint ships that lets you share files back and forth with Linux Mint computers on a network or any other Linux machine running Warpinator. I have a solution to that which runs out of a terminal. It's called SSH, and what is the other thing I use? SFTP, which is an SSH tool that opens up a file thing that looks a lot like FTP. That's very old school. That's the way I go. I don't use Warpinator. No thanks. Other improvements. It says that Blueman, which is the thing that manages Bluetooth devices, has been upgraded. That's probably a good thing. Artwork improvements. As we get more artwork, yay. Let's see. Main components. Linux Mint 21.2 features Cinnamon 5.8. Linux kernel 5.15 and Ubuntu 22.04 package base. And here they're talking about what I was talking about at the beginning of the video. They say it will receive security updates until 2027. So that is just the same as Ubuntu 22.04. So if you're on 21, for instance, and you haven't even installed any of this stuff, you don't have to do this. You can leave it alone. All of these little dot releases all the way through are going to get security updates, but I kind of like to, at least in one or two places, jump ahead and see what's up. So there you go about that. Let me go to Linux Mint's main page here. They're talking about installation instructions. I want to see if I can find how to upgrade Linux Mint. Do we have a search here? I want instructions in case I want to see how we do the upgrade. Victoria is now basically the main thing here. So they have changed their website around to make it, of course, more mobile friendly. And you know, when they do that, that's when we start getting into kind of making me mad, to tell you the truth. Let's see here. Let's go to see if we have any instructions that we can find somewhere. Alright, let's see what we got here. And this is on what page? Okay. Let's see. This is on 9 to 5 Linux. You can now upgrade Linux Mint 21.2 to Linux Mint 21.1 to 21.2. Here's how. Let's see if there's any. I don't care. Go away. Thank you. See if there's anything that's tricky here. Okay. Let's see. Well, they don't say anything special like... Alright. That looks pretty straightforward. just want to check that out and see, what the deal is before we actually do it here. I don't know why that opened up, but that's okay. So let's jump over here to a new desktop and go ahead and actually do it. See, the last time I got so much flack from when I did the Debian install that I figured this time I might actually take a few minutes and look and see if there's anything I need to know. Okay, here we go. So we have Linux Mint installed right here. We're going to open that up. All right. I don't think I did much to this to customize it. We'll see. Maybe I think I did because I showed it in a video not too long ago. Now, didn't I? Okay, so we're on the page there. And it's trying to add my printer, so everything seems to be working the way it ought to. Let's make this full screen. Thank you very much. And we want to bring the updater on. No, there it is. A lot of the times with Linux Mint, I don't have this tool automatically come up because I do it from the terminal. I do all the machines on my network at the same time so I can keep track of what's going on, so I don't necessarily use the graphic tool. So we're supposed to update this. Let's go ahead and refresh so it can go out and look for the new stuff. And it is checking the mirrors and seeing what is new. Alright, before we do this upgrade, I want to show you, if we go to edit here, and we go to these different, we don't see anything about upgrading at all. So what we have to do is upgrade the update manager itself, which Linux Mint now gives priority before it does any other updates. So that's going to do it. It did it. It restarted itself. Now it's telling me there's a bunch of other updates. And now if we go here, you see we have upgrade to the latest version. You can, by the way, I think that you can go ahead and jump from, let's say if you're on Linux Mint 21 and you didn't go to 21.1, you can go straight to 21.2. I've done that before. Actually, I have gone straight from Linux Mint 20 to 20.3 in one fell swoop. Now, just to double, triple, make sure here that we got this updated. I'm just going to run refresh again. And we'll throw the updates in. And there should be quite a few. I haven't updated this particular machine in quite some time, because this is my testing machine running in VBox. Give you guys something to look at on the screen while it downloads. I've never had any major problems doing a point release upgrade in Linux Mint, but I do them rather slowly. I may not actually do this on my host machine here that I'm recording the video on for a while, or I might do it tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see how it goes here, because I really like the way this is running, and it's super stable. And if you're kind of in the same boat I am, where everything seems to be running in such a way that you like it, you don't have to go crazy and upgrade. There is no requirement to do this. We're just doing it for fun. Who knows? We might like the way the desktop looks. Actually, yeah, this desktop right here I have made to look like Linux Mint 17.3. That was my favorite Linux Mint ever. And I have been using Linux Mint probably since, I don't know, version 2, something like that. Long time ago. Okay, we should be just about ready with our download here. I think we're downloading kernels and things like that, and that takes a little while. I want to say this while this is doing this. I was looking at some other stuff earlier today, and I came across a big Linux Mint article on their website about how to get Linux Mint to run properly in VirtualBox. Now, we have discussed VirtualBox before. It is a cross-platform testing and, virtual machine hypervisor. And I would rather use this than QEMU or something like that. Because if I do this on a Mac, or if I do this on Windows, or if I send a virtual machine to somebody that I set up for them, no matter what they're running, it's going to work. And that is something that just might happen, that you'd have to do. It's not these days much. I used to do that sort of thing years ago, but I really don't have to. I just like this software. It's probably should look to see whether there's a VirtualBox update. Okay. So, since I had to do such a major upgrade, what I'm going to do is go ahead and restart this machine. And then we can do we can, actually use the tool that does the upgrading. All right, there we are. And we'll just wait for the upgrade. Well, I'm getting confusing. We're waiting for Mint Update to open so we can do the upgrade. Somebody's out there going, what is he talking about? I don't think even he knows. Okay, so it says that it's good. I'm just going to refresh it one more time to make double sure. I'm just being super abundantly cautious here. So far, so good. Okay, now we can upgrade to Victoria. Let's do it. And it's going to give you some information here. It says a new version of Linux Mint is available. Yes, it is. Makes us want to read the release notes. We took a kind of a gander at that, now didn't we? Next. Look at the new features first. We did that. Okay, I understand the risk. Anytime that you're going to make a change to a computer like this, you do run the risk of something getting broken. So if you're going to do this on your main everyday machine, I would suggest that you back up your personal data before you do that, just in case you should have to reinstall from scratch. So we're going to apply. And we put in a super secret safe password. And we're downloading package information, it says. All right. Now what? Don't touch it. Just watch it. Watch and wait. And it goes without saying, before you do something like this, close all other applications. Anything you might have running in the background. It's not a good idea to be sitting there trying to watch YouTube videos with this going on in the background. This is definitely something that the system just needs to be not doing anything else. Let's see, how much data are we pulling down? Well, they're talking about, well, it doesn't really say how much it needs. Gives the download rate, which is a little bit slow. Well, no, that's not bad at all. That's not bad. My Linux Mint stuff is hooked to James Madison University right here in Virginia, which is in Harrisonburg, Virginia, and many years ago I used to live there. And it was kind of cool because my Linux Mint mirror was literally 3 miles down the road. I knew exactly where it was. I have been to James Madison University on many occasions for different reasons. It's a great school. And walked right past the computer labs there where they have the servers for Linux Mint. And Debian. And Ubuntu and many other distributions of Linux. Okay, we are now installing the software. Oh boy. Software is now being installed. And if you are viewing this on a low-res device, there's really not too much. I can't make the font too much bigger than this in the virtual environment without things not displaying properly. I've tried, and besides, like when it opens up these little terminal windows and things like that, it always goes back to the native screen size of the desktop, and in this case it's 1920 by whatever. So it's like, yes, my videos are in high def, but they're actually 2K and not 4K. And it's all because of this monitor that I'm using. It changes with the monitor. Years ago, I used to post a whole lot of videos that were 1610. You guys remember that? I love 1610 monitors. I've got one sitting next to me that I use for work. And I was using one on my main Linux computer years ago and did a ton of videos. And people would always say, why does your screen look so weird? I have to explain to them it's a 1610 monitor, which is a little bit different. Installing and removing software. See, this is why you can't have anything running in the background, because you never know what might be removed and upgraded that the system's depending on. So just don't do it. Said it was successfully done, so I close this. And now I need to reboot. Restart. So when we come back up, we should be on all the new software, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, there's the new greeter they're talking about. Okay. This is where we can change the layouts. Look at all the different layouts available. Wow. Okay, so let's put in our password. It says you can use the arrow keys to edit the password, and I'm not going to show you my password because it's a real password that I use, so that's not something we're going to be looking at. You can play with it on your own upgrade. All right, there's the new Linux Mint Cinnamon. I did not hear the desktop. It seems to have respected my theming, which is pretty cool, actually. Let's open up Nemo and take a look at that. Yeah, this pretty much looks right. Let us open up settings here. See what that looks like. So we have themes. Oh, okay. So when I go to themes now, I get a little different kind of setup. This is styles. Right now I'm on Mint X, so this is how you would select that. And it has all the different icons and things like that. If we go to advanced settings, then it looks the way it used to. You know what? I like that. That makes life easy, because if you don't really want to fool around with it and you just want something that looks the way it like what we have here, that's cool. And so if I go back to simplify, we go to styles. So let's give it a shot. Let's see what it comes up with. I mean, we can play around. This is a virtual machine. Okay, they say now that the old legacy dark theme is now called Mint L. Mint L is dark. No. That's the old Mint. Oh, Mint Light. I get it now. Okay. So this is Adwaita, which is a GNOME based one. Let's see, Mint Y is the new one. And X, which is one that I like an awful lot. Now, where do I tell it? Oh, okay, hold on. I'm missing the whole deal here. Let's see. Okay, I already have that open. So we're going to do Mint X, and I'm going to tell it that I don't have dark available. Okay, so we're going to do mixed. And this is not a dark theme. There's no dark theme for Mint X. So let's look at Mint Y. Now there I can choose dark. So let's see what that looks like. Ooh, kind of like that. Kind of like that. And then I can choose an accent color down here. Okay. Go to Mint X. Back to that. What do you think? So you can play with that to your heart's content. That makes it easy. I like that. It says we have a light version. We have a light version of Mint X. So mixed would be the application itself. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Let me go back and just look at that one more time. I want to see where we're at. And I can go to my advanced. Okay, for instance, like I don't want, this is like switched it to blue. I just want Mint X. Is that still there without an accent? Let's see. There's a lot on that list to choose from, isn't there? I just want Mint X without a color. I know, you're pointing at the screen going, it's right there, dummy. You can't see that? Well, no, I'm looking at this as a whole lot to look through. I'm a little confused, to tell you the truth. There's Mint X pink. I just want, there it is, Mint X. Okay. Let's do the same thing here. Is it going to let me change it? I want to change my icons, man, but it's not letting me change it. See what I'm clicking? And it won't. It's not letting me do. Did I crash it? I think I crashed it. Did it crash the whole machine? Whole machine crashed. We have crashed the entire virtual machine playing with the themes. Okay. Let's reset then. Didn't like that. Crashed the desktop. Don't know whether that would do that on hardware. That might be a VirtualBox thing happening. Anyway, what were we doing? We were playing around with themes, weren't we? So let me go to settings. See what it remembered that I did. Okay, so I was trying to do this. Is what I was trying to do. So I just wanted Mint. There's Mint Y. Just wanted good old Mint X. Is it here? Please tell me it's here. We have Yaru. That's a pretty cool theme, though. I got nothing against Yaru. Okay, we got it this way. There's just Mint Y by itself. Okay, in this case, Mint X is here. Alright, I can get back to where I came from. Let's see if it crashed it. Nope, still works. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot to play with themes. Let's move on. Let us now go and take a look at the Software Center. Because that's an important application. And they say it had a UI lift. Facelift. Lift, UI. User interface. Generating cache. One moment, please. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. I kind of like that. It's not so far off from the one they used to have. And they do have the new icons there. Go search. We've stuck that up here. So let's find a package. I don't know what to look for. Let's see if we can find HTOP. Well, there it is right there. And if I click on it, it tells me that it's already installed, or I can launch it. Very cool indeed. What else should we look for? I don't know what is installed here and what isn't installed here, to tell you the truth. I kind of like that, though. That's pretty cool. Look, we have all kinds of suggestions. Then I can go back to the front here. Let's see if it'll find something that is exclusively, yep, there it is. This is exclusively a terminal application, and if I click on it, it's going to offer me to install it. And it's, yeah, it has a picture of the man page. I like that. Let's go ahead and install it. It's a tiny little package. It doesn't matter. We can put that on a virtual machine, and it does it all down there. It says it's installed. What happens if I launch it? See what I get. Well, I get nothing. That's what I get. You know why I get nothing? I'll tell you why. Because it's a terminal application. And we need to have MP3 files to play with to make that work too, and there's none on this machine. But anyway, I kind of like this. This is nice. What do you think? Put it in the comments section down below. So, I think what I'm going to do is, what else did we want to look at? We wanted to look at pics. Just see, there's no pictures in here. That's the problem. So we're going to get a pic. We'll get pics, but we won't have anything to look at. See, there's nothing here, and that's one of those applications that switches over to dark. See, there's no pictures here. There's no file. But it does look very clean and very well laid out. That's nice indeed. Well, I tell you what, boys and girls. I am very encouraged by what I see here. So what I think I'm going to do is probably go ahead and put this on my main machine and just get myself up to date there as well. Just take advantage of the panel being more stable. And the desktop being more stable. I was looking at the panel. Not that I have had terrible problems with stability in Linux Mint at all. It's actually been super stable. So, we'll see what happens. Alrighty then. I guess that's just about it. I don't know what else to look at. It seems to be working quite well. And this is the default theme for the terminal. I've never messed with this. So we go to Preferences and go to Colors. I can set a transparent background if I want to. Let's do that. Oh, I have to get it on. I have to turn this off. Use the color scheme from the system. We'll leave everything just the way it is. And we'll turn that on. It's not letting me do that, even if it's whatever. Does it not have... It should have proper acceleration to be able to do that. Use transparency from system theme. There's no transparency in the system theme, so we'll have to do that ourselves. I like it slightly transparent. Okay, that works. See, there's another opportunity for you to point at the screen and laugh at me. Let's see, what else should we look at before we wrap this thing up? I want to go... This is interesting. The update manager says it has an update. Oh, guess what this thing did? It knocked me off my mirrors. I think I'm using the... Let's go ahead and do that real quick. And then we'll wrap up the video. That's something to know. I didn't think it would do that because we didn't change the base. So, okay. So I want to go here and I want to look for James Madison University. And it pops right up. And then over here, we're going to look for JMU as well. Now, this is a little bit more difficult because we have to... There it is right there. Did not think that that would do that, would change that, but it did. Or maybe I never set that here. Don't remember. But that's how easy it is to find a local mirror. Now, the way that works is that if you let it go ahead and go through the list, it will find mirrors that are close to you that are fast, and it will rank them by speed. So if we go ahead and let this finish what it's doing here. Okay. Yeah, I know my configuration changed. Okay. I just did that, didn't I? We're updating the cache now. Details. Oh, it's showing what it downloads for the... Those are the little packages that tell it what packages it has. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you. So, what did I reset the defaults by accident? I think I did. I don't remember clicking that. Did you see me click that? Okay, let's go back over here. Okay, let's find JMU on this list again. Where is it? You see it? Okay, wait just a moment here. It'll probably move it up to the top because they're relatively close. Yes, there it is right there. That's the only thing. See, what it will do is what it does is it looks for the fastest mirror close to you. I'm just making sure that I wasn't clicking. Did I click on put everything back to the default? I probably did. Because I'm trying to talk to you guys and do this at the same time. Let's go to preferences and go back to colors, please. And we will lighten that up just a little bit. I really ought to create a new profile. I'm not. It's okay. It's a virtual machine. It's not that big a deal. As I have shown you in the past. Okay. Oh, what have I done wrong? Well, it told me to switch to the mirrors. Have I broken it? This is cool. I'm glad I broke it. Gives us something more to talk about, doesn't it? Now it's working the way it should. Okay. Let's install the updates. It was telling me that my apt package manager was broken. Don't tell me it fixed itself and everything's going to work fine now. Yeah. Sorry. No troubleshooting at the end of the video. Okay. That seems to be working okay now. Maybe it just took a while to catch up. Let's look at the Linux kernels real quick, see what we're doing here. And we will continue. Yes, I know this can break the world. We're not on the 519 series, we're on 515, and that's where I want to stay. And nothing changed there. We didn't get a new kernel or any of that. We got new Linux firmware, but we didn't get a new kernel. Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. Other than it crashing when I was trying to change the desktop, which, like I said, is probably a virtualization issue, everything went rather well. And it looks very old school. Well, actually, it's kind of flat looking. Mintex is not flat. I don't understand. What am I looking at here? Let's go to themes. Oh, that's why I clicked on Mint Y before. Why didn't you tell me I did that? I messed up the stuff. I clicked on the wrong thing. Just want Mint X. There's Mint Y. So that probably means that I was looking at Mint X, looking at the list, and missed it over here, which is exactly what I did. So this is the one we want. Now, there we go. Okay. Yeah, buddy. All right. Thanks for watching the video. I certainly do appreciate it. Go ahead and shut this machine down so we can have it to play with on another day. And we'll get out of here. Thank you for watching the video. We'll do it again soon. I hope this was somewhat helpful to you. Kind of like, I hope you enjoyed hanging out and just watching me fool around with Linux, man, because that can be lots of fun too. All right, we'll do it again soon. Thanks for watching.